Hi everyone. I'm making this video to explain the difference between the three concepts. In chapter 5 we talked about the annual worth, and in one of the quizzes or the quiz for that chapter talking about the annual benefit, annual cost, and annual worth. So I wanted to make it clear for everyone that this is how you calculate it. So I would like to share this screen with you. All right, so here we go. All right, so this is an example that it's similar to the question on the quiz. I couldn't do the question on the quiz because I don't want to use the same question on the quiz, but this is going to be similar. Hopefully this will help you to understand the concept. Again, if we have an alternative X in with these information, initial cost 12,000, annual cost per year is 3,000, annual benefit per year is 6,000, salvage value is 3,000, and the lifetime is 4. Find the annual benefit, annual cost, and annual worth using I to be equal 12%. So what you need to do, first of all, let's take a look into what is the annual worth. The annual worth, it's what this alternative equivalent in, after taking all the revenues, after paying all the expenses, what is the net value of that asset. So in terms of equations, if we need to put them in equation, annual worth would be equal to annual benefit minus annual cost, and this is exactly mentioned in the textbook page 82 and 83. If you look into the method, there are two methodologies listed in the textbook, page 82 and page 83, and on method number 1, step by step technique. If you go to step number 4, add all the annual benefits. So this is what is the annual benefit. And now on step number 5 is saying add all the annual cost. This is all the annual cost. And then in step number 6 is subtract the annual benefit from the annual cost to provide the annual worth, or to find the annual worth. So in short, let me summarize it here. The annual worth, based on step number 4, 5, and 6, the annual worth is equal to the annual benefit minus the annual cost. All right, now for this case, what we need to do, if we need to find exactly what's the annual benefit, what's the annual cost, and what's the annual worth, you divide the information that you're given into column for the benefits and column for the costs. The benefits that you see here, we see the annual benefit of $6,000. This is every year. And also the salvage value, since this is a positive. So in the benefit column, you put all the positive cash flows. And one of these cash flows is the salvage value. It is a positive $3,000 that you will receive, or the company will receive, after 4 years. Now, next, what we have to do on the right side here, you put the cost column, and this is, you should include all the negative transaction. All the negative transactions should be listed on that column. As you see, the initial cost is one of the negative transaction. You have to pay for this alternative to get it. So this is a negative $12,000. As also the $3,000, the annual cost per year. Now, the second step that you need to do, you need to understand which one is in the A format, the annual format, which one is not in the A format. So what I did here, I did highlight it with green because this is per year. It is listed per year, which means basically it is in the annual format. So what I should do here, nothing for that number, for the 6,000. It is in the A format, so there's no need to transfer it or multiply it or use any function. Just use it as is. The same thing on the cost here per year. I highlighted in green because it is also it's per year in A format, which there's no need to multiply it or use any function or any equation. However, the salvage value and the initial cost is in yellow because this is some processing needs to be happening. So we have to analyze it. We have to convert them from that format to an A format. So for example, the salvage value, it's a future value format. and the initial cost is the present value format. So in this case, what we need to do, we need to change the salvage value from the F format, the future format, into the annual format, and we do this by using the PMT function. PMT function, 12%, 4 years, and nothing for the PV here parameter, but however for the future parameter we put the 3000 as a future value, and we need to change it into annual format. And now what would result is in a negative amount of 627. But remember, this is a positive value. This is a positive cash flow. What we need to do, it does not make sense, is to leave it as a negative. So it is a positive. So what we need to do, we have to reverse the function and make sure that it is positive. Now, in order to find the annual benefit, you add all the benefits, the 6,000 plus the salvage value, 627. So the annual benefit would be 6627.7. All right, the same thing we're going to do for the cost, annual cost. What we need to do, the 3,000, it's already in the A format. We need to convert the $12,000 into from present format. The initial cost is in a present format. We need to change it into the annual format. So we use the PMT function for 12%. That's going to be for 4 years, and the PV parameter would be 12,000. Close the parentheses. That will give you a 3,950. What is the equivalency for the initial cost per year over the 4 years? Now subtract or basically you're adding these costs from together. 3,950 minus the 3,000, that will give you about 6,950 for the annual cost. So now we separated the annual benefit from the annual cost. We know that this is what would be the annual benefit to be equal the 6,000 plus the 627.7. That is the annual benefit. And for the annual cost would be the 3,000 minus 3,000, because this is a cost, minus 3,950.81, and that will give you a negative 6,950. That's for the annual cost. Now what we need to do, in order to find the annual worth, we do the minus 300, and basically you subtract the benefit and from the annual cost, the annual benefit from the annual cost, and that will give you a negative 323.11. So this is how you differentiate between the annual benefit, annual cost, and the annual worth. And again, I would like you to review chapter 5, page 82 and page 83, and this is in step number 4 and 5, 4, 5, and 6. I hope this is helpful. There's another way for calculating the annual worth, which is basically building the cash flow table for this alternative for 4 years, and then find the present worth for that, and then convert the present worth to an annual worth to find what would be the annual worth. I hope this is helpful. Please let me know if you have a question related to this concept.